Let's talk about the 5 superfoods you're going to want to add in to bring inflammation down in your body. So first, hopefully you know me, I don't want to just spoon feed you the 5. I want to explain the concept so that you know how to pick right foods for yourself that keep inflammation down. And I hope that you know that inflammation is at the root of all chronic disease. So adding these 5 in are not only going to help you love living in the body that you get to live in, but they also can help prevent chronic disease, keep you living longer and healthier and more vibrant. That's how powerful these are. But we're going to have to, before we add these 5 in, we've got to avoid a few things. So the first is remember that the wrong foods create inflammation. And the wrong foods fall into 3 categories. They fall into the processed, refined carbohydrate. I don't care if they're gluten-free, not gluten-free, that refined carbohydrate will create an inflammatory response. So get off of the cakes, the cookies, the breads, the pastas. If you really are serious about getting inflammation down, get the grains out. Second one is the bad oil. I've mentioned this before, the canola, the corn, the cottonseed, the sunflower, safflower. In Fast Like a Girl, I map out all the bad oils. I will be fully transparent that one of my favorite foods on the planet are sweet potato fries. And when I go out to eat them, I never get them with the right oil. It is a very rare restaurant that will have them with the right oil. But I do make them at home with the right oil. So I get that there are certain foods we absolutely love that have the wrong oils in them. This is where I'm a fan of the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time you're eating the right oils, 20% of the time you might have a little bit of a cheat. That we're talking about looking at this over a long picture. Okay, and then the third one are the fake ingredients. So this is your additives, this is your MSG, this is your red dyes. Look at the labels. If anywhere on the label it shows that there is an ingredient in there you can't pronounce, it's probably a man-made one and it's going to create inflammation. The other part that I want you to know about inflammation is when you've got the blood sugar spikes that are going up and down all day long, and that can happen with really good food. So the name of the game is really stability of blood sugar, not necessarily like keeping the blood sugar low. We want to keep the spikes, the number of spikes low. 5 to 6 spikes a day, too high. If you're like, how do you know? This is where a CGM comes in handy. Okay, with that in mind, here are the 5 foods I want you to add in. First one is avocado oil. So I like all the healthy oils, but avocado oil seems to be the easiest one that you can add in because you can do it in a salad dressing where you're not heating it up, but you also can use it in a pan where you are heating it up. This is what separates avocado and olive oil. Avocado oil can be heated and it will stay in a non-inflammatory state. Olive oil, you heat olive oil and now it turns into a bad oil. So in our house, on our countertop is a lot of avocado oil. Usually we most often get it in a glass jar so that it's not in plastic because plastics are a toxin. Second one, I talk about this a lot if those of you that have been following me, and that is radicchio. Why do I love radicchio? Let me tell you, I feel like I am so excited to profess my love for radicchio to the world because it can accomplish a lot of things. First, it's a bitter food, so it supports the liver. Second, it stays firm, so it's great as a substitute for bread if you're making a salad. And third, it is an incredible prebiotic for your gut microbes. So radicchio, it's a great add and it'll support liver and gut health, which will help with those 2 organs getting rid of toxins. When toxic load gets high, inflammation gets high. Okay, number 3, and this is another one of my favorite. 2 of my favorite root vegetables are turmeric and ginger. Whenever I go to get a juice anywhere, like if I'm ordering a juice at a restaurant, I always have them add turmeric and ginger. Ginger is amazing for digestion. So if we can support good digestive health, then when you're eating, you're breaking down food and your microbes are pulling nutrients out and you won't have this chronic inflammatory situation. I look at ginger as a digestive root that will help your digestive tract work well so you don't have a post-meal inflammatory response. Turmeric, we already know, there's like thousands and thousands of research studies showing that turmeric has this anti-inflammatory effect. So putting it in juice, grating it into salads I've even done, taking supplements, however you can get turmeric in, there is nothing bad about turmeric. It is the hero of the inflammation day. It will absolutely bring your inflammatory response. Okay, number 4, apple cider vinegar. Let's just put it with every meal. So you can do it before the meal, you can do it with the meal, you can do it after the meal. I have a hack that I love where I make my own salad dressing. I put actually my recipe for my salad dressing in Fast Like a Girl. One of my favorite ways to do salad dressing is I'll do avocado oil, I'll do apple cider vinegar, and then I'll do just a little bit of raw honey, because raw honey adds a little sweetness. I'll mix it up in a bowl and I put it in the salad that I serve my family. Sometimes in that salad, by the way, I'll even put a little bit of sauerkraut. I have a lot of different vegetables in there. Salads are my love language. I rock the salad. What's interesting about apple cider vinegar is it helps stabilize your blood sugar. I've done videos on this here. But remember, we're back at that 5, 6, 7 spikes a day of glucose and insulin creating this inflammatory response. So if we could stop those spikes by just adding apple cider vinegar into some things, stabilize your blood sugar, then we're not going to get that inflammatory response.
Okay, have you been watching my videos and you're like, I don't know how to put this stuff all together? You might need my fasting lifestyle free course. I'll teach you exactly how to do it. Just click on the link below. It'll take it to you and it's absolutely free. My gift to you.
Okay, and then number 5. You all might not love this one, but I love what it does. I've just found creative ways to eat it. And that is organ meat. So I'm not a liver fan. I can't handle the taste of it, even if you wrap some bacon around it. But what we have to remember about organ meat is that like heals like. So when we eat clean organ meats, we are actually in those meats are nutrients we may not be getting in, and most likely aren't getting in other parts of our diet. And so we start to create a synergistic effect where if you're eating liver, you're healing your liver. If you're eating heart, you're healing your heart. You can look at these organs as a healing tool to get the key nutrients these organs need so that they can start to work for you. Because I'm not a fan of eating liver, I take organ supplements. Again, in the notes here, we'll leave some of my favorite. But what's important is that if you know you've had a lot of alcohol use, if you know that you've been under a lot of stress and on a lot of medications and your liver needs support, then you want to put some liver supplements in. If you know cardiovascularly that you have been overstressing, you've had some coronary artery challenges, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all the things that we know about cardiovascular health, maybe you need to add in heart. I can tell you in my house last summer, we started adding in chicken hearts and cooking them with garlic and onions, and my 20-year-old son loved it. And we found new ways to add sauces to it. So you can cook with some of these, and if that's totally out of your realm, then you're going to want to supplement in. So there are the 5 really important for keeping inflammation down. But more importantly, I want to make sure you follow the ones at the beginning, follow those food rules at the beginning, and then add those 5 in. Then your inflammation goes down and you will love living in the body that you live in, which is a miracle. And it's meant to work for you, not against you. So if you love this video, you're going to want to check out this video. If you have SIBO, the opposite will happen. You'll actually end up getting more bloated. So you would actually avoid fiber and go into some of these other hacks that I'm going to give you right here.